Battleground Productions presents Brass, the audio serial, episode 15, The First Wave. The year is 1885, but not one that would be familiar to you, for this is a world that differs in many ways from the one in our history books. While the stylish Mayfair street outside the home of the Brass family appears ordinary enough, it is curiously quiet and devoid of traffic this morning. That's because each end has been blocked by a series of strategically placed barrows, while on one of the roofs opposite the Brasses, two men, each armed with a heavy hunting rifle, stared down the scopes at the townhouse's front door, which at any moment young Cyril Brass is preparing to open. Yet, just a moment before in the parlour, his sister Gwendolyn is in conversation with her parents.
Now, where were we? Discussing my upcoming departure?
Your proposed departure. I frankly don't see the necessity nor the wisdom in having you travelling about the continent while we face so many perplexing problems here at home.
Are you suggesting I can't take care of myself?
My dear girl, you are supremely good at taking care of yourself. But this is a time when we must work on taking care of each other. And I think it's high time that you face your persistent but undesired suitor and...
Quiet! What are you looking at, Mother?
See you, Stevie.
Cyril! Duck! Cyril!
My boy!
Thanks. Missed me by...
Sir,
Stevie, you've been hit.
I'm a bit dented.
Who and where?
At least 2 shots. Didn't see the shooters. Suspect snipers. How did you...
There's been no street traffic for at least 15 minutes, and the ticker tape just stopped. The wire has been cut, most likely, therefore...
An attack could be imminent. Cyril, bar the door. Gwendolyn, lower the parlour shutters, and Madeline, ring the bell for Mrs. Drake.
At that same moment, below stairs in the servants' passage, Millicent, the head housemaid, and Mrs. Drake, the housekeeper, are in conversation.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Oh, one of the new steam hackneys, I expect. You'll never get me into one.
Perhaps, Millicent. Only to me, it sounded more like a...
Oh, that's Cook! We'd best go see what's the matter.
Wait, Millicent.
Just a moment, Mrs. Drake. I'm sure it's nothing worse than a flattened souffle or some burnt butter, but...
Hello, Millicent.
Oh, Danny, it's just you.
Hello, Danny.
Mrs. Drake.
We heard Cook give a shout. Anything the matter?
I'm afraid there is.
What?
Boys,
Danny, who are those men?
my employers.
Moonlighting is strictly forbidden by terms of your contract, Danny.
Oh, but they pay so well, Mrs. Drake.
Danny!
Put the knife down, Danny.
Don't you worry, Mrs. Drake. You just do what these gentlemen ask, and I promise no harm will come to either you or Millicent.
We'll take it from here, my boy. You the housekeeper?
I am.
She's a regular old battle axe, ain't she?
Shut up, Charlie. No need to be impolite. Begging your pardon, ma'am. We've a request, and if you help us out, there'll be no trouble.
That's a surprise. You gentlemen look like you're looking to cause some.
You ain't wrong about that, lady.
Nonsense. We just want a word with the family.
That's what your pistols are for, yes?
Oh, I hope it don't come to that.
No reason that it should. Now, all you have to do is lead us upstairs to wherever they might be at this time of day.
Front studies, I reckon. That's where they spend the early morning. The girl will most likely be still up in her room.
Gentlemen, between here and the upstairs are 2 locked doors.
And that's why we're asking you, ma'am. Because you've got that big set of keys, and Danny here says they're to every locked door in the house.
Danny, you rotten little louse.
Behave yourself, Miss Millicent. This knife's not for show.
Very well. Which of your company is coming?
Danny, you stay here with the maid and keep an eye out. Where's the rest of the service?
Back in their quarters, most of them. It's an hour break before we prepare lunch. Danny, how is Cook?
She's fine, Mrs. Drake. Just gave her a little fright, but then I bundled her into the larder.
She'd best be unharmed, or you'll be in trouble, young man. Millicent, I believe you have some staff cleaning bedrooms on the 3rd floor.
I do, Mrs. Drake?
Yes, that will be Ellen and Grace. Well, they should be preoccupied for the next hour. I trust your interview won't take that long.
Nay, half that time, missus. Assuming, of course, you help us get a move on.
Very well. Millicent, keep order down here. I imagine we'll be back soon. Gentlemen, Follow me.
Oh, Danny, what have you done?
Made myself, I reckon.
You silly boy. You'll be responsible for all those deaths.
You think I care? What did the Brass family ever do for me except dirty the dishes for me to wash?
I didn't mean the Brass family, you idiot. I mean all of your friends.
Report.
Shutters down on all the front windows, ground floor.
Same for the dining room, and the back door is locked and barred.
That's it for this floor, then. How's Stevie?
Still unconscious. He's bleeding, but it seems to be oil.
Good news for him, assuming we can get him down to my lab.
Where is Drake?
You rang for her?
Of course.
The new system's electric, Father, and they probably cut the lines.
What?
Since when?
You ordered it before we left.
Blast. So I did.
Any other improvements you made in our absence you'd like to tell me about?
Well, a new generator for the lab.
And?
Can't we talk about this later? We need to find out if there's going to be another attack.
Most likely, but if we can get out the back...
We will do nothing until we hear from Drake. Our servants must be notified to stay in the house.
I'll go down and get her.
No need, young man. We brought her to you.
Mrs. Drake.
Stay still, old lady, or I'll slit your throat.
Look at this. All four of the family in one room.
Certainly makes our job easier.
Gentlemen, before you do anything, before you say anything, please listen.
To what, young lady?
Let Miss Drake go.
Oh.
Yes.
We're serious.
Does it look like we're not serious?
Oh, no. You all look very serious indeed. But if you want to live, you will let go of our housekeeper. Now.
What are you going to do if we don't?
We shall do nothing. She is perfectly capable of taking care of herself.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That's made up for my morning workout.
Stand back, you. I've got a gun.
Now, I have the gun.
Well done, Drake.
Thank you, sir. You want him for questioning?
For the moment.
Drake, they've cut the power to the bells. We'll need you to go back down and alert the servants.
Very good, Mum. 2 of the maids are upstairs.
I'll tell them.
And we need Clarissa. She's the nurse, yes?
No, that's Margaret.
Tell Margaret to head to my lab. Stevie's been hurt and I may need a doctor as well as my toolbox.
How did they get in?
Our new scullery boy, via the service entrance.
One of our own servants?
Very sorry, sir. He'd had been vetted by the agency and the government.
No vigilance is foolproof, Drake, but we'll review protocol afterwards. This is all of them.
Millicent is with Danny. I'll take care of him if she hasn't.
Alive, if possible, Drake.
If not, quel dommage. Now, young man.
Please, don't kill me.
Oh, believe me, I won't. However, it should be clear to you that there are people here who will do so with great skill and alacrity. What's your name?
Larry Winchell, ma'am.
Well, Larry, my name, in case you didn't know, is Lady Madeline Brass. Now, it appears that you and your friends...
I scarcely knew him, ma'am.
Associates, then, were intent on doing us harm. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Forgive me for saying so, Larry, but neither you nor your associates appear to be from what we might call the elite criminal classes.
No, ma'am.
No. Underlings at best. Yet all carrying the same make of firearm, of a particularly inferior quality, I might add, which of course means that you are all under the same employer.
Yes, ma'am. The Graveyard King.
No surprises there.
Payback for spoiling his plan to spread plague, no doubt. Still, not exactly his style to be so bold, sending a half-dozen assassins to our home in broad daylight. Snipers on the roof?
Those ain't our snipers, ma'am.
No.
No. Them's the sweeps. They work freelance.
So they were hired to accompany your assault.
Well, yes. Them and others.
Others?
Other villains. The call went out last week. Special pay if we join in. So I did. God help me. But I never thought...
You'd end up here, no doubt.
Larry, we need you to be very specific now. Are there more than your group and the snipers?
Yes.
How many?
I don't know.
Very.
I swear it on me mother's grave. I don't know how many. It's not just the graveyard king who sent men, you see.
Is it Tressano?
Or Vincent Law?
Or the mudlark.
Or the sewer rat.
Yes,
Which one?
it's everyone.
Everyone? What does that mean? Can it be that the Crime Minister has succeeded in enlisting assassins from every criminal gang in the city, all with the express purpose of killing the Brass family? And if that's true, is this only the beginning? What's to come? And how on earth will our friend survive? For the answers to these and several of your other questions, join us next time for Brass. Brass is manufactured by Battleground Productions. For credits and more information on Brass, including our films and live stage shows, go to battlegroundproductions.org and find us on Facebook.